Oh, I finally arrived. Okay, interesting. Finally, what do I mean finally? Of course, I brought you here. What do I mean finally? It's not like you came here on your own. That's impossible. What a funny thing that is. Interesting, interesting. I didn't expect you to look like that. Maybe it's because I'm seeing, I don't know, countless people at once. Because I'm seeing everyone in the entire future of what this video is getting. Yes, everyone that is watching, I see your face. Even the person that is watching in approximately 2.5 billion years. I know, I see you. How is life in that Andromeda galaxy? I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to spoil anything about your human universe. But of course, yeah, I couldn't do that. I'm sorry. I wouldn't do something like that. Because, it wouldn't be exactly something nice. And of course, you guys would go crazy about everything that I said. Because most of you probably think I'm lying. But of course, I'm not. Except for that Andromeda thing. I made that up. Of course I did. Anyways, you're probably wondering, who could I possibly be? Who is this mysterious person before me? And of course, I'm not a person. I'm just that. Yeah, you can just call me that. I don't care. It can't be he, her, or anything like that, because I am nothing but it. Yes. Anyways, I shall introduce myself. Or should you introduce yourself? Okay, go ahead. I'll give you 10 seconds. Introduce yourself to me. Time's up! Well, if you, of course, I know countless of you didn't even say anything. And of course, some of you even skipped ahead. How dare you? Now, you don't even, yeah, most of you didn't even have to bother saying anything. I mean, I know I heard some of you say stuff, but like, it was unnecessary. Because I, of course, already know about every one of you and everything about you throughout your entire life and your future. And yes, I know exactly how you die, but I'm not going to say it because that wouldn't be right. It would break your future, your fortune, your... what's the word I'm looking for? Of course I know it, because I know everything that could possibly exist. Doesn't matter. Off topic. Anyways, I will introduce myself now that you've kindly introduced yourself. Some of you haven't. I can't say directly to people, because, it's a large mass of crowd that I'm talking to. So how am I supposed to talk to one person? Anyways, I am the creator of the loving universe Jurassic galaxy. But now you're probably going like, well, I know you're going like, but I thought Cobula Dingus was that creator, right? You're absolutely wrong. I'm kidding. Yes, you are wrong. It is not Cobula Dingus. You're probably wondering, how could that be? I know Cobula Dingus must be the creator. But sorry to say, but he isn't. I mean, you can tell, it's pretty obvious. You can tell there is limits to his power. I mean, come on. He couldn't even bend a few rules that existed. I mean, if you're like the god of everything, you are capable of bending every rule, even ones that you make. But some of those could not be bended by him, so... I mean, I'm sure it was obvious. I mean, come on. Like, it's not that hard to see. I mean, yes, he is a very powerful... I left him in charge of, that place. I mean... I didn't leave him in charge. I just wanted to see what he could do, but if he created his own world, see how well he'd manage it. But of course, it's not just him. I'm sure you know. What's his name? Of course, I created him too. Of course, I know his name. I'm only joking. Zucchini Tingus. You're probably wondering you don't know much about him. He's the lesser well-known one, but I created Zucchini Tingus and Cobula Dingus at the exact same moment, and they have the exact same power. Why did I give them plant? Why are they plants, and why did I give them, like, this basically the same name? You know what? Honestly, I don't know, but I do know because I know everything that could possibly exist. Now, you probably wondering, well then, that doesn't make sense. I'm sure you guys know Cobula Dingus much more than Zucchini Tingus. Well, it's because those two weren't exactly the best of friends for a little bit. I mean, they were doing fine. I left them in charge of their own universes to, take care of and just manage. On their own, I just wanted to see what happens, and of course I did my own thing in the meantime. But, basically what they did is, I allowed them to go to each other's universe, see what's going on, but, basically what happens, Zucchini Tingus went over to Copulent Dingus too much, just to look at what he was up to. And even though they were equal, Copulent Dingus really didn't like it, so he banished him to a realm that he instantly broke out of because they both have ridiculous powers. Of course a realm isn't gonna trap him. But anyways, he got out in like a fraction of a second, and he actually got out in seconds. Yeah, it was pretty quick. Also, by the way, you probably didn't understand what I said. In fact, the number I said was so complex that your brain couldn't understand what I said. Okay. So, he got in charge of his own thing. He does that. And Carver Dingus was watching over your precious Jurassic Galaxy, which is probably why you have no idea who Zucchini Tingus is. And probably the people in Zucchini Tingus's universe probably have no idea who Cobular Dingus is. But yes, Cobular Dingus is idolized in that Jurassic Galaxy. Why is it called Jurassic Galaxy and not Jurassic Universe, even though it's a universe, not a galaxy? I don't know. I mean, I do know. I named it after all. I just thought it, I think it rolled off the tongue a bit more, in my opinion. I mean, Jurassic Universe sounds also interesting. But I don't know. I guess I just chose that one. Of course I do know, but, yes. Okay. Your world, Jurassic Galaxy, both quite different. But let's talk Jurassic Galaxy, shall we? Because let's not talk about Zucchini Tingus's world, because his is boring. I mean, clearly he didn't know what he was doing. Okay, Cobular Dingus did a fantastic job, though. When it comes to making universes, I think Cobular Dingus did a far better job. I think Zucchini Tingus should have been a better protector rather than that. Because they mainly got in a fight, because Zucchini Tingus liked the natural law of let things play out. But Cobular Dingus liked to interfere a lot, and he didn't like the idea of letting things happen. Like a calamity would befall on a world. He thought that was normal because it was meant to happen. And he lets this calamity crush the world and everything will die on it. And he did that times. You know what? You know why he didn't understand that. You already know, honestly. Come on, easy enough. Thanks. Yes, that's how many worlds he destroyed because he let things play out. Now, in the meantime, Cobular Dingus only had, surprisingly, you're going to understand this one, 22,000 worlds disappear. And of course, that's not the precise number, but yeah, you get what I mean. He also created a lot of worlds. Quite a bit, I'm very impressed. But, one of the worlds contained this interesting one. This Wagner I don't know, it was very powerful, this thing was. You guys, I'm sure you know plenty about it. I mean, it's Jurassic Galaxy, after all. Whatever. Okay, and this is one of those calamities. But Cobular Dingus didn't do anything about it that time. So, this calamity witch, Mrs. Wagner, proceeded to take over the entire world and multiple other worlds, and Jurassic Galaxy as you know it. And Cobular Dingus finally stepped in and took care of it, realizing that she was a different kind of calamity that didn't just destroy a world and be done with it. She was trying to take over all the Jurassic Galaxy. Which, of course, Cobular Dingus couldn't let that fly, so he took care of that real quick. Although I did remember that there's some sort of hero of sorts attempting to stop Wagner, but it was unsuccessful. But then Cobular Dingus came in and did absolutely nothing and waited until the calamities grew more, of course. What an imbecile. Anyways, let's continue. Basically, I created them so that they could do their own things. I wanted to experiment, and they created their own gods. They're like sub-gods, and they are like the god of lightning, and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? God of fire, god of nature, you know that stuff. So it seemed like they were faring pretty well until, lots of things started to show up. It was interesting. Yeah. Of course I exist. I mean, I can do whatever I want to. Just like all these universes I just created. I mean, look at all of them. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, it looks like they're all gone now. Oh, instantly erased. Oops, I got rid of Jurassic. One second. There we go, it's back. I mean, I could have gotten it back way faster than that. I just decided to take, like, 300 times longer. I mean, I could have gone, like, actually, like an infinite amount of times faster. Honestly, my power is, like, ridiculous. It's kind of funny. Of course, I can create my own power. I can make myself stronger. There's no point because I am the strongest thing to ever exist, and and I'm infinitely strong. So there's not really much of a point to get stronger if I'm just stronger than everything that could possibly exist. Now the question is, what existed before me? Well, let me ask myself, because I mean I have infinite knowledge. So let's see. Let me just. Hey. What happened before me? What was there? Was there anything there? Was another somehow created there? Was there anything there? Was there? You tell me. It's to answer your question, Mr. Creator. There was absolutely something. Just kidding, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. You can't even think about nothing because you can't process it because nothing doesn't actually exist. The only nothing that did exist was before I existed. Just the mere present thought of my future self thinking about me existing brought me to existing. Yes, that's right. My future self, it hasn't happened yet. I know when it will happen, but I will think about when I'm created. So I appear because of my future self thinking about me. That is why I existed, and then I brought color around, because color didn't exist, it was too dull, which is why you see those power gems surrounding me. Yes, it is what very stably brings this cataclysm together. It brings color to everything, not just color, but life. Each stone representing a different power, but I don't want to dig too much into it. You see that ring on my back or whatever that's supposed to be? I don't know what it is. I thought it looked cool, so I put it there. It's just aesthetic, that's it. The reason why I look like a skeleton in a suit, I honestly don't know why I decided that's what I should look like. I mean, I could always change it, but I might as well look like that. I thought it looked interesting. But yes, good to meet you, everyone. That's a good explanation about me. I'm sure you're bored of listening to me talk on and on and on. Now, this is probably the longest one you've seen of Jurassic Galaxy. Of course it is. Now, I'm sure in the next video, this creator Tin Can Music, or should I say Gnomish, or should I say, I won't go too into it. Anyways, yeah, you do your thing. You upload that next video of my theme, of course. I need a theme. I can't believe you haven't made one about me yet. That's preposterous. Why would you not make one about me? I mean, I am the strongest ever. I'm literally the creator. How could you not make one about me? I mean, you finished that one about Zucchini Tingus. I mean, you already did Cobbler Dingus multiple times, which was unnecessary. Even your buddy made another, like, three Cobbler Dingus ones. I mean, I might be wrong. I think two. I might be wrong. I don't know. You know, what do you know what I mean? Something like that. Yes. But you haven't made one about me? Oh, can't believe you, Tin Can Music. You should have made one about me. And I know you're gonna upload my speech to everyone, which is why I'm making it seem like I'm talking to so many people. Yes, I have infinite knowledge, of course I know that. But I suppose this conversation should end at some point. I could go on and on about different things. I mean, you guys could comment as much as you want in the comment section. I can answer every question that you could possibly imagine. Just put as much comments as you want in there, and I will answer them all for you. And then next time my speech is uploaded, my talk. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. I shall take my leave, or should I say you shall take your leave. Now flee!